Hi everybody and welcome back to our 5th French horn lesson. In the last lesson we learned our new notes F and E, and today we're going to learn even more notes. We have D and C on the docket for today. So really quickly we are going to start off on G like this. We're going to work down to E. So G, first valve F, last valve, or E is open. Here's G. And then from E, we're going to work down to D. Now, it can be kind of confusing because D is also first finger. D lives on the bottom of the staff. He kind of holds the whole thing up. And D is played with our first valve. It's very confusing. I know there's a lot of open in first valve because C also is open. But this is just, C also lives underneath of D. We have to make sure that we relax our air as we go down and that we kind of speed it up and get excited again as we go up. Or else we're just going to be playing the same two notes over and over again. That is what makes the French horn so hard. All of the notes can be played with like all of the fingerings essentially. Let's start on E. It sounds like this. That's our E. Now we're going to put down one finger, and remember we're relaxing the air, not speeding it up. So we're not going to F, which is above E. We're going to D, which is below E. Here's E to D. Remember, open to 1. Ooh. Here's E to D, open to 1. Try it with me. Our air is just kind of like, it's very warm. It's kind of like we're fogging up a mirror. E to D again. It's the same thing that we were doing when we were going from G to F, how we were just trying to play a G and then pushing down a finger to kind of interrupt the air and to change the notes. So we're going to go from E to D again, just thinking about keeping it at an E, keeping it low, and playing a D. From D, we're going to go back to open. But here's the tricky thing, we're not going back up to E, we are going down to C. This whole thing goes down, just like a ladder, or stairs, or an escalator, whatever goes down, whatever you want to go down. So here's D. And here's C, which is open, 1 down from D. That's D. And that's C. Try it yourself going back and forth a little bit. You can kind of wiggle your valves around to see what happens. It sounds silly, but you're actually learning something when you do that because there's all those notes in between. There's a whole bunch of space between the notes too. They're not as close together as you think they might be. So we're going to start on C. Let's see if we can do it. Think about buzzing low, letting your jaw relax, and letting your air relax. C, open. You're just letting the air in and then letting it fall back out again, kind of like a foghorn on a boat. And in, out. I think you guys sound great. Let's see if we can get that back up to G again. We're going to play around in this area today. We are learning some of the most important notes that you'll ever learn in the French horn. Back up to G. With me. And we're going to see how far we can go. I'm going to write down the fingering so you guys know what it is. So we have G. Follow along and tell me as I go. G is open. F is 1. E, open. D is 1 and C is open. And this is going down. Okay, my handy dandy whiteboard. So we have G is open, F is 1, E is open, D is 1, and C is open. You can pause that, take a picture of this if you need to, right down here. All right, starting from G, going all the way down to C. You can wash my hands if you need to. Letting our air relax. Trying that again. Also, this is a really good time to point out because I just noticed I have it. You might have noticed like a gurgling in your instrument, kind of like mouthwash when you gargle. It sounds kind of gross, right? That is actually, people call it spit, people call it water. There is a liquid in your instrument. It's just when you blow warm air into something cold, a lot of air and water builds up. So you're gonna need to empty that at some point. I think now is a good time to learn how to empty. So some of you might have spit valve. Right here, it's kind of like a little lever. And you're gonna wanna just press that open. And at the same time you're holding it open, you are just gonna blow with your instrument. Ooh, it's really gross. Not gonna lie to you, it's really gross. The good thing is that when you do that, all the woodwinds in band are just gonna be like, ew, that's so gross. And you're gonna act so tough because that's your condensation / spit / water. Here we go. Emptying all that spit. You might not have gotten it all out. And if that's the case, take out your mouthpiece, put it somewhere very safe. You're going to pull out your tuning slide. If you have a single horn, you should just have 1. If you have a double horn, you'll have 2. And you're going to spin your lead pipe towards your right, towards that part of your body, away from you, the far way around. Oh, gross. And all that spit is going to come out of your tuning slides and probably onto your leg if you're not careful like I am. That should have gotten all your spit out. And if it didn't, ask a band director because that's one of the longest running jokes about French horns, that we have so much spit in our instrument. And you know, it's true. Back to our descending G scale. It's called a scale. So here we go. We're starting on G. I'm going all the way down to C. Trying that again. You really just got to think that you're going down, and then you'll do it. Now we're going to start from C and go back up. Remember, same fingering. C, D, E, F, G. You guys all know your alphabet by now. Here we go. Here's starting on C. Just using our first finger for now. One more time, starting on C. Now we can play songs. Isn't that so exciting? We know our G to C and our C to G scale. All right, let's do some call and response stuff. I won't go too crazy. I know you guys just learned some new notes today, but let's see if we can stay in time with me. We're gonna do some call and response, and I'm just gonna go around a little bit and just try to stay with me. Watch my fingers if you need help. Starting on G though. Remember, we're still tonguing as we do this. Starting on G. If you haven't figured that one out yet, that is G, E, F. Here we go. E, F. Starting on G, we're going to go around again. Starting on F this time. Bum, bum, bum. Going back up. Remember, that's C, D, E. This one starts on D. One more time. That's D, E, F. Now we're going to go, starting from G, we're going to go all the way down to C and then back up again without any breaks in between. Follow along with my fingers. We're going to do this a couple times just in case you need the extra help. Starting from G. Let's do that together one more time. Ready, go. Now you guys know your C to G scale. Let's do that again. Let's go from C up to G and then G down to C. So kind of the reverse of what we just did. I'll show you my fingerings as they go. Play C with me. C up to G and then back down. Make sure you take a breath when you need to. One more time. Now we know all the notes we need to learn in order to play our etude for next week. So make sure you give a look at that, have it all printed out so you have easy access to it and to write on it if you need to write in the fingerings. So for next lesson, we're going to go over our etude and we're going to review our notes really quickly because I know we just learned a lot today. Thank you guys.